In the dim glow of the galactic freight liner Celestia's Hope, Captain Eric Nadir of the Sol Confederation was sipping his caf while reviewing logs from the recent shipment to the distant star cluster Vexian 3. The Celestia was a vast cargo vessel, a lumbering giant among the stars, primarily manned by non-human crew members. Despite its state-of-the-art systems, it had the reputation of being quirky, a reputation it lived up to. Seated across from him was Maro, a slender, pale-skinned Vicari with luminous white eyes. She was the Celestia's first officer and one of the most analytical minds Nadir had ever encountered. "Captain," she said in her softly accented voice, "I must admit I find the presence of a human engineer on board curious." Nadir smiled and put down his cup. "Curious, Maro, or worrying?" Maro's eyes glowed faintly as she considered. "Perhaps both. We've all heard the tales of human creativity, but one wonders if that creativity comes with risks." "They do have a knack for the unexpected," Nadir agreed, thinking of the newest crew member, Ethan Sparks, who had recently joined the Celestia crew. The humans, often referred to as tinkerers among the stars, were renowned for their improvisational skills, especially when it came to technology. Ethan Sparks was a typical example of humanity's eccentricity. Despite the regulations set by the Galactic Council, he was known for his unconventional methods and legendary solutions to complex problems. His most recent project was upgrading the ship's communication array. What had once been a simple system plagued by frequent outages now hummed with efficiency, thanks to his unique blend of technical skill and what Nadir referred to as creative mischief. The Celestia was en route to the planet Zixur Prime, carrying a shipment of precious minerals and rare artifacts. The mission was straightforward, but this sector of space was infamous for its rogue elements and pirate activity. 3 days into the journey, the Celestia received a distress signal. It was an automated SOS from a Zarian shuttle, claiming to be under attack by a pirate cruiser. Maro studied the incoming data on the display. "Captain, the signal is coming from an area known for pirate ambushes. It could be a trap." Nadir considered this, knowing the Galactic Council mandated assistance for any vessel in distress. "Ethan," he said over the intercom, "get to the bridge. We may need your expertise." Ethan arrived, his hair slightly disheveled, wearing the distinct human grin that suggested he had been deep into a personal project. "What's up, Captain? We've got a distress call, possibly a trap. How quickly can you get our systems ready for evasive maneuvers?" Ethan tapped his wrist device, calling up schematics. "I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. Give me 15 minutes. As the Celestia approached the coordinates of the distress signal, a massive vessel appeared on the sensors, a sleek and deadly pirate warship, the Black Vortex. It was too late to retreat. The pirates hailed them, a booming voice echoing through the Celestia's bridge. "Surrender your cargo, and we might let you live," threatened the pirate captain, a grizzled, four-armed Cerulean with a reputation for brutality. Nadir stood firm, but Maro could sense the tension. "Suggestions?" he asked quietly, glancing at Ethan. Ethan grinned, typing furiously on his portable console. "Captain, I need you to stall them for 5 minutes. I've got a little surprise for them." Nadir nodded and opened a channel. "This is Captain Nadir of the Celestia's Hope. Let's negotiate terms, shall we?" As Nadir engaged the pirate captain in a tense dialogue, Ethan worked at a console near the rear of the bridge, his fingers dancing over the controls, modifying the ship's systems in real time. Exactly 5 minutes later, Ethan signaled to Nadir, "It's ready." "Good," Nadir said, closing the channel abruptly and turning to Ethan. "Do it." With a flick of his wrist, Ethan activated his modifications. A sudden pulse of energy surged from the Celestia, not outward as a weapon, but inward, altering the ship's gravitational field. Instantly, the Celestia began spinning rapidly on its axis, like a colossal gyroscope. The pirates, unprepared for such a maneuver, fired their weapons, but the shots went wide, their targeting systems unable to compensate for the ship's unexpected movements. On board the Black Vortex, chaos ensued. The crew was thrown off balance, and systems malfunctioned as their ship struggled to maintain course against the Celestia's unpredictable trajectory. As the pirate ship faltered, Ethan activated a secondary system, a series of electromagnetic pulses designed to disrupt the Black Vortex's shields and communications. Within moments, the pirate vessel was incapacitated, drifting helplessly in space. The Celestia ceased its spinning, returning to a stable position. "Get us out of here," Morrow, Nadir ordered, and the Celestia leapt to warp speed, leaving the pirates stranded. Later, in the ship's common area, Nadir and Morrow confronted Ethan. "That was reckless, Ethan," Morrow said, though there was a hint of admiration in her tone. Ethan shrugged, a mischievous glint in his eyes. "Sometimes you have to fight chaos with chaos. Pirates expect you to play by the rules. Humans, well, we make our own." Nadir chuckled, acknowledging the truth in Ethan's words. "Just make sure your next trick doesn't involve us spinning into a star." Ethan grinned. "Don't worry, Captain. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve. But for now, how about a drink? I've got a batch of synthale brewing in engineering." As they settled into the familiar hum of the Celestia's engines, Nadir reflected on the encounter. The galaxy was vast and unpredictable, filled with challenges and dangers, but with the right crew and a bit of ingenuity, even the most daunting problems could be overcome. And thus, the Celestia's hope continued its journey, a testament to the spirit of exploration, innovation, and the unique talents of humanity in a galaxy that was never quite ready for them. The aftermath of the encounter with the Black Vortex left the crew of the Celestia's hope buzzing with adrenaline. Ethan's bold maneuver had not only saved them but had given everyone aboard a renewed sense of camaraderie and respect for the human engineer's unconventional methods. As the ship cruised through the warp lanes, safely en route to Zixur Prime, the crew gathered in the common area for a celebratory drink. Ethan's synthale had become something of a legend aboard the Celestia, known for its unique flavor and surprising kick. Morrow lifted her glass, her luminous eyes reflecting the room's soft lights. "To Ethan," she said, "for reminding us all that sometimes the most unpredictable solutions are the most effective." The crew echoed her sentiment, raising their glasses with cheers and laughter. A few days later, as they approached the vibrant planet of Zixur Prime, the Celestia received a message from the Zarian Trade Authority. The Zarian, known for their strict adherence to protocol and procedure, were curious about the Celestia's unexpected victory against the pirates. Captain Nadir was summoned to the planet's surface for a formal debriefing. The Zarian Council wanted to learn more about the human engineer who had outwitted a notorious pirate crew. Ethan accompanied Nadir, dressed in a clean jumpsuit that contrasted sharply with his usual slightly rumpled appearance. As they entered the gleaming halls of the Zarian Trade Authority, Ethan couldn't help but feel a mix of apprehension and curiosity. The Zarian Council chamber was a grand affair, with high ceilings and crystalline architecture that seemed to pulse with a subtle light. The council members, draped in ceremonial robes, regarded Ethan and Nadir with a mixture of intrigue and skepticism. "Captain Nadir, Engineer Sparks," began Counselor Lixa, her voice resonating through the chamber, "your recent actions have caught the attention of the council. We are eager to understand the methods employed in your defense against the pirate vessel." Ethan stepped forward, unfazed by the scrutiny. "It's simple, really," he said, holding up a datapad displaying schematics of the Celestia's systems. "I modified our gravitational stabilizers and navigational array to create a controlled spin, disrupting their targeting systems." The council murmured among themselves, clearly impressed. "And the electromagnetic pulses?" Counselor Lixa inquired. "A side effect of the modifications," Ethan admitted with a grin. "I enhanced the ship's power output to generate a pulse strong enough to disable their shields and comms. It wasn't part of the original plan, but it worked." The council members nodded, clearly impressed by his ingenuity. "Human ingenuity," Counselor Lixa leaned forward, her eyes fixed on Ethan. "Human creativity is formidable. Your kind has a reputation for bending rules and redefining possibilities. How do you explain this propensity for improvisation?" Ethan chuckled. "I think it's just how we're wired. Humanity has always had to adapt, to find solutions in unlikely places. It's in our nature to see the world not just as it is, but as it could be." The Zarian Council seemed to consider this, exchanging glances before Lixa spoke again. "We are interested in exploring potential collaborations with the Sol Confederation. Your skills could be valuable in enhancing our own technological capabilities." Captain Nadir nodded, grateful for the opportunity. "We'd be honored to discuss potential partnerships. There's much we can learn from each other."